What's up guys, Koma here, and before we start the video, I do have a really big announcement. If you've been at all paying attention to my Twitter, you'll know that I am a Splitgate MVP now, and I now have an official creator code in the game. So you can go to the Splitcoin store and you can type in creator code KOMA, just Koma, and you will be able to support me directly. A portion of the cash that you use on the Splitcoin will go to me. So if you're ever in a situation where you need a creator code and you want to support somebody, my code's always there. So we're gonna get straight into the video. Okay, so on with the nitty gritty. Splitgate and 1047 have officially announced they are ending all future development of Splitgate. Alright, so regarding this new game, we do not know anything besides A, it will be in the Splitgate universe, B, it will be a shooter, and C, it will have portals in one way or another. Now, when we at the the MVP roundtable were talking about this and they were announcing a lot of this, we could not get anything out of the two community members that were talking to us. They would not open up about the game, and they would not tell us anything about the new game to begin with. However, the MVP program will be sticking around, which I will touch on pretty much later in the video. So we are still getting a minor season 3 starting, I believe it's the 15th. If I'm wrong on that, I'll put something on screen to clarify. But with this new season coming out, there will be little to no updates to anything, really. Supposedly, there's going to be an infinite battle pass that allows us to go past 100, and every level past 100 gives rewards you drop. In addition to this, they're doing a bunch of quality of life updates, but they're creating a duplication system or duplicate system in the split jobs. Now, this is going to work a little bit how you would kind of expect it to work in a free-to-play game, but to kind of put it in perspective, certain Call of Duty games, such as, I think mainly Infinite Warfare did it, where you would open a supply drop and get a duplicate, but the duplicate would actually turn into currency. This is something that is very similar to what the system is going to be. So for context, if you get like a blue carbine and you get it again, that blue carbine would turn into 100 split coin. So there is currently no known duplication protection system. Apparently it's just the rates are just going to be duplicates. But this means for long-term players that if you are playing Splitgate for a very long time, because I know Bro Kid Sam has everything in the game, and supposedly there are new stuff coming from these drops. This would mean that Sam is effectively, he has everything in the game. Period. He has everything. This would mean that once he goes through the next wave of stuff that's coming in the drops, this would also mean that he's just going to be rolling in Splitcoin. And supposedly Splitcoin is going to be a currency in this new game that 1047 is currently working on. So maybe, if hardcore players might be rolling in it afterwards, who knows. So they have also announced there is no map creator updates. Now I will get into this a bit more because this is kind of something I'm worried about personally, as you could probably expect from my channel and me. So yeah, no map creator. The only thing they said is there is a quality of life update to the map codes, making them shorter and much easier to read and type in, etc. for the community, which is alright. It's a good choice. And I think that is just about it for the whole announcement. So we should probably get into personal thoughts and what you can expect. Okay, so it is time for some more personal thoughts. I am still kind of in shock, so to speak, with what is currently kind of known with everything. I did kind of talk about it on Twitter, but I did say on Twitter that I did mention that I was going to do a video like this. And this is pretty much the section that you can expect my thoughts here, personal stuff, what I think about this and etc. So I have not been in the Splitgate community as much as you would expect. I joined Splitgate when it dropped on the console beta, and then dropped it for a while, and I got my PC and I got back into it because they introduced the map creator a few months before I ended up joining. And that's kind of where everything really started for me. And going forward, I was someone who was really happy to have something that I can finally do my level design on, no matter how simple it was, no matter how difficult it was at the time. And since then, it's gotten really easy. But this update and this announcement has kind of put me into a point where I don't want to touch the editor anymore. Mainly because the editor feels like it's in such an early state that with the announcement that we're getting no updates to it, doesn't let me or make me want to touch this anymore. I did say on Twitter, which you can probably see the tweets on the screen now, that I will still be doing stuff for the overall just making maps for the community. People are welcome to reach out to me, community members, MVP, anyone who's hosting a tournament can reach out to me, get a map created. I will make sure the map is completely directed by them. If they feel like something's wrong, they're welcome to come to me and say, this is messed up. But considering that Halo Infinite Forge is 3 months away, I just can't see myself going back to Halo 5. But I have talked to my friends and considering going back to Halo Reach. The reason that I want to go back to Halo is that if we're going to be 3-4 years out after Splitgate's development ends, I'm not going to be sticking around for very long. The editor is far too basic. I'm just looking at gray all the time. We only have simple colors. If there is any update that does come with the map creator during season 3, I am not going to have any information on it. Whenever we were talking during the MVP meeting, they said specifically there were no major updates and only have quality of life updates, period. That's it. And I think leaving it on such a low note is just the worst thing a game could do. You got to keep in mind that developers like Bungie have taken Destiny 2 at its lowest point and brought it up to probably the biggest AAA title, I think, that can actually physically usually maintain a player base besides Apex. Keep in mind that Apex is probably a newer engine, but the Destiny 2 engine is still the engine that we've seen since, I think, 2014, something like that. I think it is a whole new engine, but in comparison to the old engine that they were using back in D1, this engine still kind of dates itself. But it's just the idea that, a game developer like Bungie will go back through and repeatedly build the game, rework systems, but at the end of the day, Splitgate isn't considering to rework any of it. I think as a community, everyone would be completely fine with them slowly rebuilding the game, to make it more coherent, with art style and stuff like that. We've already seen it with Foregone, we've already seen it with Abyss, so what's the point of stopping? And I understand they want to, start from a clean slate. But at the same time, this is effectively dropping, or, well, I can't say you are dropping your fan base, as there still is a fan base. But I feel like there's a huge disconnect now with, especially me, as someone who expected, this map creator to continue to innovate, this game to continue to innovate. I feel like you're dropping the ball too early. like to say anything. Like, what amazes me is that there isn't like a secondary team working on this Splitgate we see now as like a small project, but having the big project in the background. And we've seen a lot of developers do that, developers who, co-develop two separate games. Like, look at Mojang. Mojang, like developed Minecraft and Minecraft Dungeons, and other co-creating Minecraft with Minecraft Legends, I believe it's called. And you can see how like that kind of like makes sense because they're both being developed next to each other. I just feel like there is just nothing that will keep me here for the long run. No, don't get me wrong. I want to 100% be a member of this community, but that will be extremely hard if there's nothing that will keep me interested. We have gotten confirmation that there will be contamination rework in season 3, so we'll see what we can do about that. Maybe we can do fat kid maps, but in consideration of everything that we have heard, this is just really calling for a moment of like stopping, rethinking everything as the community kind of lets this sink in. I still don't know what I'm going to do, because Splitgate was kind of my moment where I was going to, step more into the level design things. And obviously, I've 100% improved compared to the Halo 5 that I've came from. And going on to Halo Reach, I don't know what I'm going to do about Halo Reach. I have considered Bounty being pulled over the Halo Reach. If that's something people are interested in looking at, I could finish up Leviathan on Halo Reach and, bring that over. But at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm going to do. Bounty will probably wait. I don't think I'm wanting to do Bounty anymore. Simply because it just doesn't feel right. If I'm wanting to support Bounty, if 1047 is wanting to do anything to support Bounty, I cannot do it for this long in this editor. I want to, don't get me wrong, but not in this editor. It's just painful to have to wait this long in what feels like an unfinished game. And we know it's an unfinished game. We know that this game was in active development, and then the talk about the new game only started in June. So it's like, it's been in development for a good while, and they just aren't going to talk about it. There's no updates for Splitgate that will continue to hold my interest. We're getting no map creator updates. This means no objects, no features, no anything. Anything in Splitgate that is feature-wise is no longer being updated. So, with that said, I don't know yet. We'll figure stuff out. Me and the community are going to try and pull whatever the hell we can out of our asses, and we will continue to wholeheartedly support this community. Now, for how long? I don't know. Especially me, considering that this felt like my moment to kind of push into the industry. And while I felt like I've made my mark in some way, and I will continue to make my mark in Splitgate 2, or whatever they want to call it, I'm still going to continue that. Now, what can you see the future of this channel? I think I should probably finish up the Splitgate series on making maps. That's really the only thing I have planned. If I continue to do anything community related, it'll also be posted here on my channel and over on my Twitter. It's just at Koma Blader on Twitter. As for, my streaming, I will probably be streaming Destiny at twitch.tv/the Koma Blader over there. I'll stream kind of literally anything I can get my hands on, over there. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much enough of my rambling for tonight. I'm just gonna throw this all into a video, throw it up, and kind of lay my thoughts bare, so to speak. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the, everything. Remember to use code Koma to support me in the Splitgate item shop. And yeah, like, share, subscribe. Adios.